Hello, you all. Hi, it is Tease. Good day. Good afternoon. Good evening. I hope all are well. Hope all are safe. I have a slightly random video because, as I mentioned, when I see a lot online and I see a lot in person. So pretty much I see all crazy. But I want to say this is by far not the most insane, but it's very insane, and it's low key pathetic too. And I spoke on this maybe a year or two ago, and I don't know if these are passport bros, or if this is one of the passport bros, or if this is just one of the men that are in America who feels like these women in America, or these women in general, are just no good to the fact to where you have to literally spend money, pack up everything, and go overseas to shop for women. And honestly, if I could just break that down, that is pathetic in itself. I mean, it's pathetic to the point where you're either that lame, you're that much of a, what do you call it? Basically, you're just over the top lame, or you're just that much of a scrub. I don't even know what to call it. To where if you're a man that you can't even get the worst of the litter, because honestly, and here's another thing too that kind of blows me, which just makes it so crazy. I'm like, this is by far the craziest crap I've ever heard, online and in person. It's like literally these men that are complaining about the women that are obviously, just based off of their complaints and based off their description, these women are obviously the bottom of the barrel, or they're obviously not that intriguing if you have to complain about it to the point where it's so bad to where it's like, F you, bees, I'm going overseas to get a woman who actually knows how to be a woman, so to speak. And I just say that's just really pathetic, because it's like, you're either that lame or you're shopping that far into the gutter to where you're not hitting any luck. You don't get any luck with the bottom of the barrel women, like the women who are the worst. And these aren't top dollar women. These are not, what do they call it, the high value men, high value women. These are not high value women that they're complaining about. So my thing is, if you're not complaining about a high value woman, are you that lame to where you have to complain about the women who obviously ain't that good, ain't no damn good? You probably can't even get a Sukihana or a Sexy Red, to tell you the truth. And that's bad. Those are the type of women that they're complaining about. But I only had to make a video because I literally was watching the guy's, he had a post on his YouTube where he was pretty much saying, he was so in shock. He was like, oh my gosh, the women in the Philippines, he said, they will come out of nowhere and they will actually feed you with a spoon. Like they will basically wait on you hand and foot. And there's so many holes and pits with that. So here's the thing, and this is just on the outside looking in, and I wouldn't dare get that desperate to where like, okay, you men are no good, or you men are just so gay to where I have to go to another planet to go shopping for my men. But the guy was pretty much, he was just like, oh my God, he had to tell his story. He's like, I am so mind blown. And I don't know if he said this based off experience, or he was just saying this just to get the attention of the women here, to say, hey, you women better get it together, because the women overseas, they wait on us hand and foot. And I say there's so many pits and grooves with that. Most of the time when somebody's trying to finesse you, rob you, kill you, or do whatever they're going to do with you, they're going to be very polite and kind. You go and you take a cruise. You get off the cruise ship, maybe an hour or two, or maybe even a day, to enjoy that island. And while you're there, the locals will come out of nowhere. Hey, how you doing? Hey, we do massage, or hey, I know how to make food, or whatever it is. They want to woo you and, butter you up. And basically, the long story short is, I'm here. I want your money, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever I'm doing to come to you, to approaching you as an American, or approaching you as a tourist, it's because at the end of the day, I want your money. This has nothing to do with, ooh, you a big, strong, feminine American man. And we just got to have you. Like, no. You better believe it has a lot to do with whatever's in your pockets. And I'm not talking about that soggy penis. I'm talking about the money. So basically, when you get a woman that's waiting on you hand and foot, there's purpose behind it. She's going to need money, because most of the time, those are third world countries. We're in a nice third world country right now, which is the U.S. The U.S. is a third world country. You just don't know that it's a third world country because the country is wearing new shoes, so to speak. Like, okay, you don't know that I have roaches because I just spray, you know what I'm saying? In so many words, you can't actually see the filth of America because it's sprinkled with gold, so to speak. But So basically, when you go to the Philippines and they see an American, a halfway flashy American or a lame American or whoever it is that's came from elsewhere, they're going to be coming to you as, hey, I haven't seen you before, or hey, B, this could be a possible lick. And three, I'm probably trying to exploit you. So like I say, you're going to be getting used just as much as you going overseas thinking you're going to use the women overseas. Trust me. Because if I'm there in a third world country and you come over there with even $1 in your pocket, that's going to be a benefit for them. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. And to me, I was just like so sad for the guy. And I was just like, wow, you can't be that lame. You got to be that lame where you have to go overseas. And that's another thing too. You know how you get men and women, let's say like they're in a relationship and we just break up and I got a new boyfriend the next day, and the next day I post on Facebook or whatever my social media, I post me and my boyfriend kissing. Oh, we have our tongue in each other's mouth, and I'm posting it online basically for my ex to see. So that's another thing too, what makes it pathetic. So it's like when these men do these videos saying, hey, get your F these women here, get your women from overseas. And it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, I really want you, but you're either A, out of my league, or B, I'm too damn lame to even approach you, which is why I have to complain about you. Now, mind you, the women, I don't know if it's women in general or women in America, they complain about these women so bad to where it's like, by the time they get done complaining about them, about how they ain't shit, they're not feminine, they're not suitable to be wives, then it's like, why the hell are you talking about them? Why are you entertaining it? Because my thing is, if it's something where it's like, okay, you're a man and you're no good, you'll just be deemed as no good, and then it's just done. I'm gonna keep looking somewhere that's on my level. I would not be making a video but like, hey, I had to go to overseas or go to the moon to find my man, and then I have to post pictures about it to let you know that I found a better man. That's kind of like one of those things where it's like, really I want you, but obviously I'm too lame or I'm not in your league to where I can even, these men, they obviously don't stand a chance to these low budget, mind you, these are not, these women that they are complaining about, these are not high value women. These are not your supermodels that they're talking about. Why won't this bitch talk to me? No, these are regular old Suki, probably Cardi bitches. These are regular old raggedy ass women, or quote unquote modern women. So basically somebody who's a quote unquote non-desirable any damn way. So it's like, why do you have to complain about her then? If she's no good for herself and no good for you, why do you need to make a video about it saying, hey, okay, I'm going to leave you alone because you're low budget, and then I'm going to go overseas and get somebody that's a little bit more low budget, but they're more respectful. You see what I'm saying? And that's another thing too. You have to go overseas just to get respect. That's pathetic too. It just looks bad. And like I said, I really felt bad for the guy, because he was like, oh my God, they wait on you hand and foot, and they spoon feed you. It's like, so grown ass men, y'all looking to be spoon fed. Y'all basically looking for love and looking for respect that bad to where you have to find it overseas. I think that's very pathetic. Now, I don't know if y'all ever seen the video, the reality show from like 20 years ago. It's called Flavor Flav. Now, Flavor Flav, I don't even think he was famous back in then. Maybe he was. I don't know much about him, but he to the average eye, you'll think, oh, he's just a random guy. But guess what? He had a bunch of women, whether they were trashy or high budget or low budget. The women flocked to him. They came to him. I don't know if it was for his money, for his fame, his look, whatever it was. All of these women wanted a piece of him. You see what I'm saying? So he didn't have to call them out of their names. All he had to do was just say, hey women, I'm here. And the women just comes to him. And my thing is, as a man, if you don't have that drive as a man to where this is a low budget woman or a high value woman, to where you don't have women like that. And I don't want to beat up on the men saying they're just that low budget or they're that lame to where you can't get a low budget woman. But I'm thinking like, maybe you're just shopping outside of your league. and again, judging based off of the complaints, like, okay, these women aren't feminine, they're not, they're overly modern, or they don't know how to dress, they're not this, basically they ain't shit. So I'm thinking like, you're complaining about the women that ain't shit, and you still can't get a woman that ain't shit? Oh man, it's a horrible world out there, I tell you. But I'm thinking it's even more bad if you have to go overseas to get your woman. And there's nothing wrong with it, because maybe you do have to go overseas and look through their trash cans for women. But here's my only thing that I say for that, and I've said this a while ago, man, I probably made a video about it a year or two ago. You are more than welcome to leave and go shopping for your women, but take your single mothers with you, and take those car seats with you too. You see what I'm saying? That's another thing too. These men think they're slick. Oh, y'all bitches ain't shit. And you think you're going to leave these single mamas and these babies with these soggy diapers here to terrorize me? Oh, no. That's another thing too. Men think you get the easy way out, or you're just going to be stuck with the children. I'm just here to get you pregnant and leave and get the next woman pregnant and leave her too. Oh, no. So here's the thing. You can go overseas and go shopping for your women all you want, but take your baggage with you. Take your baby mamas, your single mamas, and take those car seats with you. And then therefore everyone's living their best life. You see what I'm saying? That's the problem. Y'all were creating this baggage, and then you leave them for dead, and then that leaves me stuck with the problem. Now I have to tell your children to get out of the street, and then you got pregnant women fighting over one guy, which is fine, because that's y'all fighting for y'all, man. You see what I'm saying? So that's perfectly fine, but y'all just need to keep everything in that department. My thing is, feel free to leave, but don't forget your baggage. That's the same thing that happens at the airport. Please take your baggage with you. When you go in, wherever you're going, take your stuff with you. If you see anything suspicious baggage, report it. So I'm going to report this to all y'all passport bros, or those who want to, go to a real third world country to find your woman. Take your baggage with you. That's it. And then therefore the world will be a better place, so we don't have to deal with the women that ain't shit to you, and then we won't have to deal with you, who obviously ain't shit to anybody. Probably not even overseas. Some of y'all go over there and go broke, just like that dude went over there and went broke and basically was almost left for dead out there. I think he probably was left for dead. But my thing is that and that's another thing too, and men are probably gonna be mad, but when women, you can't complain about women, because here's the thing. If you call yourself even simply speaking to a woman, hi, how you doing, ma'am? You got to have something for that woman. You can't just come forth with a soggy penis. You got to have something. So my thing is, if you don't have food, clothes, raiment, to say the least, then that's probably why we're having these complaint videos about how these women ain't shit. You got to have something for them, especially if you're a man that wants more than one woman. You can't have more than one woman and you don't have two nickels to rub it together. And I'm not saying you have to make it rain on top of their head. I'm just saying you have to have something for these women to even come flocking to you for. Because I can promise you they're not coming for that soggy penis. I can promise you that. And I'm just talking from the outside looking in. I don't know anybody personally. That's a passport where I'm not speaking to anyone personally. But I'm just saying, just from their standard man, I'm just a regular old man. I don't have 40 acres and a mule. And hell, I don't come forth with nothing spectacular, because it's like I'm not, at the end of the day, these are not high value men that are complaining about these low budget women, obviously. So with that being said, if you're a low budget man, you gotta have come forth with something more than just a soggy penis. And if it is, that's all you have is penis. You might want to at least have 3 legs, because if you think about it, you a man that want at least 2 women, you want 2+ women, and you think 2 grown ass, greedy ass women are going to be okay with sharing a hot dog, you might want to, or excuse me, a Vienna sausage or hot dog, you might want to reevaluate your thoughts. And I'm thinking that's the problem with the men. You're complaining. It's like me going, let me see, where would I go? Okay, well, I'll go to the New York runway. The runway where you have those men. Now, mind you, I'm only using this for an example because the men there, they're actually very beautiful, chiseled, beautiful men. And I'm not saying that they would want me, because of course most of the beautiful, perfect men, they enjoy men. But I'm just saying, okay, if I call myself going to the runway to go shopping for my men, I'm like, okay, I'm going to the runway and I want him, and him. And when they tell me, bitch, please, I can't make a video about it, because it's obviously something about me that's not in their league. It's either A, I'm disqualified because I don't have the proper parts, and B, I'm disqualified because they're just not into me. So they're like, I can't make a video about it. Well, fuck you. I'm going to go to the runway in California then. It's, I'm not, terrible example, but you see what I'm saying? I'm obviously outside of my league, which is why I have to make a complaint. Now, if I go shopping in the trash can, I'm sure y'all wouldn't have complaints, but you see, I'm thinking y'all are shopping out of your league. And then mind you, they're still shopping in the dumpsters. Because like I say, these are not high value women that they're complaining about. They're complaining about the Sukianas and the Cardi bitches. And if you can't pull a Sukiana or a Cardi bitch, and then that's you. It's something about you, fellas. So I just find that, I don't know if that's a real thing, or if maybe, I don't know who started that passport bro thing, but it's very pathetic, and it looks bad. It looks really bad, and it just shows the masculinity decline that we have going on with our men, and it shows who's actually wearing the draws, who's wearing the panties in a relationship too. And honestly, we have switched roles. The women, they might as well walk around with the knot in their pants, and the men, they might as well just go ahead and start wearing the high heels. There was already a pastor in Africa wearing high heels. A dude, he didn't have on a wig or nothing. He was just a dude in high heels. So it's like I'm thinking the men are overly feminine and sensitive and sissified, and the women, they're so overly independent. I don't need it. They only need a man for sex anyway. And hell, half the time they're sleeping with their hands and toys anyway. So it's like nobody's no good for anybody. So I'm just thinking like, wow, it just looks really bad. It's very sad. And my thing is, you complaining about low budget women. They're not complaining about high value women. Oh, this high value bitch won't give me the time of day. No, there's have been none of those complaints. What they're complaining about are their baby's mamas. So basically, they're complaining about the low budget women who they either were dealing with in the past or they want to deal with now because that's the best they can do, and they don't have any luck. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm thinking y'all best bet is to just gather up your baggage. And maybe it is best for you to go overseas, but please do not forget your baggage. Don't forget your baby mamas and your car seats. And don't forget your flight. And don't forget to not come back. Oh my gosh. Like I said, I don't know what the world is coming to, but there's not a hole deep enough for me to go in, and there's not. Man, it's just bad out here. It's bad. Because a lot of people brag about, I'm going overseas to get my woman. And it's like, now mind you, are you going to stay overseas? Because I can't imagine you sending her over here and actually taking care of her. You see what I'm saying? Because that costs money. Just simply going to overseas just to visit. I just want to go overseas just to try their food. That shit costs money, anime. So I'm thinking like, if you don't have a nickel to your name and you can't even afford women, because whether they're expensive or not, you're going to have to spend some change on a woman. At least to get her lunch. You see what I'm saying? Because if you can't take care of yourself, or if you don't have the basic needs for yourself, you probably shouldn't be complaining about any woman, not even the raggedy ones. You see what I'm saying? Because obviously you don't qualify. Because I can promise you, if I was a man, I would not be complaining about swine. I would not be, oh, this bitches won't talk, give me the time of day. Like, no, I would be beating women off me the same way I'm beating men off me now. You see what I'm saying? Tables turn. I would be beating women off of me. Because they're just going to flock to me naturally. I don't have to. They're just going to come to me. Just like how this tables turn with the men. I think you can go out for a glass of milk and they own you. They own you like roaches at a restaurant. in the back part where they keep the garbage and all that. Man. But I'm just like, wow, I just think that's very, very sad. Sometimes it makes me grateful too that I'm not a man. Like, I'm glad I don't have to go through that. I'm like, goodness, I have to complain about raggedy ass women. Oh my goodness. Ooh, that's gotta be a terrible life. But I'm just like, wow, just seeing that was just very sad. He was like, oh my God, they actually wait on you hand and foot. Like, that's what y'all men really wait on? Y'all want somebody to take care? You know, they do have adult daycares here, y'all. It's really sad. It's very sad. And hopefully no man will have a complaint about me, because I am a caregiver. I'm naturally a caregiver. So whether I want to take care of you or not, you're going to at least eat. I'm going to at least feed you. You know? Now, I'm probably not going to be the standard, what is it? The standard, feminine woman. Oh, I just shut up and have dinner ready by 5. You know, I'm gonna probably talk shit, but I'm gonna take care of you for the most part. If you're hungry, here's some food. Here, and if I guess you want me to dress you too, here, I can probably change your diaper if that's what you need. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all looking to be pampered, babied. What do y'all? You need a hug? You know, this is really sad. Whatever it is, grown ass men that's supposed to be the providers, grown ass men that's supposed to be at the front line of a war. You crying over some raggedy ass. I wanted to say the B word. I need to work on my language. But I was like, wow, can you just imagine that? Just as a man, like, I am a masculine man, the head of the household, supposed to be frontline at war, protecting the world or protecting my family and my women and children, and I'm crying over a raggedy ass. That's not a masculine man. And honestly, too, these same men will complain that the women are overly masculine. And then a lady brought up a good point, and I kind of figured this too, but she was pretty much saying the women, they're overly masculine because the men are overly feminine. Like I say, if you're too cute, or if you're too frail and fragile to get your nails dirty, to take out the trash or to change a tire, then that woman might have to step up and do it, because you're not going to do it. You see what I'm saying? Especially if she's one that's stuck with the children. If you say, damn that, I'm not going to step up and take care of these children, they're too damn expensive, or they're too loud, or I can't do this, and you leave maybe wherever you go, or maybe prison or wherever you're going to, where you leave the picture, and then the woman has to step up. Now she has to be the caregiver, the provider, the man and the woman in the relationship. So yeah, she just may be a little masculine or a little bit out of her role because she has to fill in those gaps. Something's going on, and mind you, that's another thing too. You can only blame the men because, like, men, if you're the head of the household, or you're supposed to be the strength, or you're the rib, or you're the one where the woman's supposed to follow behind you and look for your lead, follow your lead. How the hell is she gonna follow her lead if you're wearing lipstick and you're sucking on the penis your damn self? You see what I'm saying? If you just look at it as a whole, collectively, these men are so feminized. It's like, damn, I wouldn't be surprised if I do see a lot of men in high heels. I'm not saying not all men. I've seen some very masculine men, but I don't see them all the time. I can't open my window and say, ooh, there goes a masculine man, No. If anything, it's going to be a fragile man with a lisp. and there's something going on with his hips. And he probably already got his rubber band busted too, to tell you the truth. But that's another story. But I'm just like, man, it must really be hard to be a man. I'm like, that's one thing I can't say. I don't want to talk too much trash because I don't know how hard it is. It's hard enough to be a woman, but I know it has to be a whole lot harder to be a man, to have to hold on to that mask. I have to stay a man while getting a dress beat into my system. You see what I'm saying? While you're getting demasculized, you still have to stay a man. It's like I said, that's why it's hard to find real men these days. A lot of these men are bitch made, and a lot of them have been raised by single mothers, and all you do know is what your mother taught you. Because the man was removed. I don't know where are they? Where are the men? Where are they? Where are you? Goodness. Do I need to... Let me shut up. Oh, man. But I'm just like really sad for them. Like, oh my goodness. That guy was like, he was just so, oh my God, these women, are they really going to wait on me? They're going to spoon feed me? You're looking to be spoon fed? So you're going to go overseas to Thailand or wherever it is, Philippines, to get spoon fed by a woman, a perfect stranger? Oh my goodness, it's sad. And honestly too, a lot of times those men do that too for an easy way out. They'll say, hey, these women ain't shit. And a lot of them say that, just to go back to the whole passport thing, these women ain't shit. Go to somewhere else. Because Kevin Samuel said the same thing. These women ain't shit. Hey, it's time for y'all men to start kissing men. These women ain't shit. It's time for y'all men to just start looking at other races. So that means leave Shaquita alone and go get Sarah, and then you wind up dead, and then you want the Shaquita to put up posters to figure out what happened to you. You see what I'm saying? Or they say leave Shaquita alone and go see what Mark is doing. Hey, it's a lot of men. Well, I ain't a lot of men, but it's a lot of y'all hanging out complaining about the same thing. We all complaining about our women ain't shit. And what do we have in common? Our women ain't shit. You see what I'm saying? And before you know it, y'all looking each other into the eyes, and then that's all she wrote. You see what I'm saying? So it's just sad. It's really sad. And I can pray that for those who are there, hope for, that the masculinity can get beat back into you. I'm willing to beat the masculinity out of the women and beat it back into you if I can help. Because it's looking bad out there. It's bad. It is bad. And it's bad to the point too where I've even seen women in men's clothing getting all the women. And I'm just like, oh my. And I was seeing this a while ago. This is all old. And I'm just like, wow. And what I'm seeing now is so mind blowing. I'm just, oh man. Yeah, it's bad, you guys. But if y'all need prayer or anything, just let me know. Because I'm just like, it's bad. As far as the masculinity, I'm thinking our roles have switched. The men are in high heels and the women are wearing cold plastic penises in their drawers now. And it's just like, oh. I'm just glad I don't have those problems, because I can promise you, I can be the biggest queer this side of the world, and I promise you, I would never be comfortable having a bunch of women around. I'm like, no. I'm a woman that like women, and I got all these bitches. No. Excuse my French. I just can't be surrounded by. I don't even know what y'all complaining about, because women are actually very annoying. So I'm just thinking, like, y'all complaining about annoying, and you want a bunch of annoying women around you that you can't afford. Oh man, you poor men. Anyway, I will be praying for those who are there, hope for. And I am just glad that I'm on the outside looking in. I am glad I don't have those problems. Glad I don't have women problems. These men are. No, I don't have those problems, because My biggest issue is beating men off of me. Get away and beat men off of me. I can't keep them off of me. And I promise you, I wouldn't be clear. Where these? I can't find a decent man, or these men ain't shit. Like, man, please. You either keep looking and shut up. You're obviously looking in the wrong department if you got to complain about it. Trust me, once you start getting on my nerves, like, okay, I'll get rid of you, and then I'll just move on. You know, I'm not going to sit here and make a video about it. Ew, F you. But really, that's called, really, they're hurt. They're hurt because y'all women ain't shit. The women ain't shit, and they're upset about it, and they're hurt. That's why they want you to know, hey, what? I'm going to swing over, now I'm going to go to the Philippines and get a spoon fed by a woman that halfway likes me. Even if she does take all my money. Even if I can't afford her. Because I want you to know that I'm going to find better because you ain't shit, bitch. You see what I'm saying? It's just sad. It's very sad. Oh, yeah, but God bless you all, man. You poor men, y'all got it rough. I thought I had it bad. I'm like, man, I just sit back watching this. I'm like, oh, that's bad. And I can't imagine being, even on the outside looking in, as an imagination, I can't imagine that. As a man, oh no. I promise you I would not going to be complaining about no raggedy ass women. No. I'm going to be too busy beating high value women off of me. They're going to be all over me. And I can say that from outside looking in. And I'm not even a man. I already know I wouldn't have those type of problems. Because I'm going to just be too damn perfect. A tall, beautiful, chiseled man that everybody wants. And you really think I'm going to be complaining about some raggedy heifer that don't nobody want? And no, my goodness. Y'all better stop it. Oh, man. I'm going to tell you, the shit that I see in here, man. Sometimes I'm just like, can you please send me to a different planet where there's no foolishness. This stuff here, I tell you. But anyway, but be well, be safe, and I don't know. I guess if y'all have 2 cents to put in on that, like if there's a real complaint that you men have, like what is the real complaint other than you just want some raggedy ass woman that's obviously ain't shit, and y'all obviously don't mix. If you got to complain about it, and another thing too. If you do absolutely have to leave overseas to find a good woman or to find somebody that mixes well with you or somewhere where you're comfortable, just take your baggage with you. Take your baby mamas, your single mamas, and your car seats with you. That's all. Take your baggage with you. And therefore, won't nobody be stuck with your problem. Won't nobody be stuck with your headache. He's saying that. And nobody will be stuck with anything that you ran away from. You ran away from your women and children. Take them with you. Because if you ran, what makes you think I'm going to run to them? And I'm not saying anything wrong with the women or the children. I'm just saying, if they're your women and children, take them with you. Because you're leaving behind your single women and children. And that's not fair to the people who are single, who deserves peace. You see what I'm saying? No other man or woman should be taking care of your children. Take care of your responsibility. That's probably why you're online crying about women now, because you're not doing shit right. You can't even afford them. You know how expensive children are? Let alone women. You don't really have to pay for women, but children are very expensive. So if you can't do the crime, then don't do the time by using that soggy penis in the first place. Or using your used vagina in the first place. You see what I'm saying? People keep blowing me. They just blow me with that. I don't know. Again, I thank God I don't have these problems. But I still have to hear about the people's problem. But thank God I don't have to deal with it. I don't. I am highly favored. But anyway, be well and be safe. I'm going to turn this off.